It's live.
Oh, hello there.
Good time. We're a little early.
I didn't see you there.
That was last week. Can you see? Can you see, or is there a huge glare on the screen to you?
I can see just fine.
Oh, I cannot see any of us. All I see is a big glare.
Perhaps you need to be wearing your prescription eyeglasses.
No, I mean the sun is hitting in such a way that I cannot see anything, any of us.
Oh, goodness.
I just see shine. Hello, everyone.
Something that you should have brought up at the pre-show meeting.
Oh, well.
It goes on in a moment.
Do y'all notice how much taller Thomas is sitting than I am? Any guesses as to why that is?
Because I prefer this chair to that chair.
We had a nice setup, and we were both the same height, and the camera was focused on us equally. And Thomas insisted on getting this taller chair to make me look like a troll sunken into a pit. But as long as you look good, right?
You look so good. You look the best.
I'm like way down here.
Nah.
Oh, look, it's zooming in on me.
It's following you. It's like, what's she doing?
I'm taller than you in real life. But you want this chair to make you look much taller.
I just prefer this chair.
Well, hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us. How are you today?
I'm so good. I'm enjoying some sugar-free lemonade in this beautiful, lush garden. Some might mistake it for Eden. And here we are.
Every week, I rummage through my parents' mug drawer to try to find, I get a Robinson branded mug for Thomas, and I try to find a themed mug for myself. And this is the best I could do, is this deer hunting cup, because it's an animal, and dogs are also animals.
Why didn't you get a mug so that we both would have mugs?
Well, there were no animal themed mugs.
Oh, you were looking for animal themed.
Yeah, so I got the deer hunting mug, because deers are animals just like dogs are.
You mean with William Dafoe on it? Was he in the Deer Hunter? Was it William Dafoe? Willem
Dafoe. But wasn't it
I think he was the Deer Hunter.
Gene Hackman?
He might have also been the Deer Hunter.
Oh,
there
no.
Was more than
Why
one.
would you throw out a question like that?
Does anyone
Designed
here
to make us
know
look...
who starred in the film The Deer Hunter?
Oh, you know what I mean? Meant to be doing?
It was William
I meant
Dafoe.
to be...
Willem Dafoe.
Meant to be watching this, because look, remember one time we had trouble with the look, here we are. See, look, there's comments. Look at that.
Yep.
We're not getting them on your fancy portal.
Oh, goodness. That's something. I don't know why we wouldn't be.
Well, remember I told you that it didn't do it right, and you're like, no, it's always fine.
Oh.
Okay. But anyway, now we're gonna just put this right here so we can
see it.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, everyone. I was wondering why no one was commenting. But, Karen likes dogs. So do I. Thomas got a haircut. Yes, he did.
I'm really excited about it.
Okay, good, everyone. Welcome. There's subtitles on. Do we mean to have subtitles?
Yeah, that's a thing that it does.
Oh.
It's not subtitles.
You know how I feel about them?
That's true,
Caption.
but it's for when a lot of people watch videos with the sound off.
That's fine. Let's get started.
If they're at work,
my deer hunting.
Perhaps in the restroom, and they don't want to disturb.
I don't like to think of that.
In the stall next to them.
Okay, Thomas.
Yeah.
This week we watched Best in Show.
That we did, Megan.
We watched it with our friend Jeremy. He said he was going to come to this party today, but I don't know that he's here yet.
I don't know that we've
Maybe he'll rewatch it later.
That's true. We did have a third member of our viewing party, Jeremy Johnson of Jeremy Johnson Design. Look him up if you need any graphic design or web design needs.
Okay, well,
Jeremy Johnson. Was that okay?
I feel like it's unfair to all of our other friends who may want to plug.
He was the one that was there with us.
He was the one who watched it with us.
He put in the work. He gets the
But he's not even here.
Well, maybe I can work on that.
Okay.
Send him a text.
He seemed very impressed with the whole thing. He was like, "What is this thing that you all do?" It's like he doesn't even have Facebook. He doesn't even know.
No. How could he watch Facebook in quarantine? We've been on lockdown.
Okay. Anyway, we watched the film. And what did you think about it? First of all, have you seen it before?
I have not.
This was your first time
seeing
seeing
it before.
I have seen Best in Show before, but I mean, it's been a long time. I've seen it more than once for sure. Because it used to be played multiple times. Someone I know really liked it, and I don't remember who it is, but we watched it a lot. But you were watching it for the first time.
I was.
Let's hear what you thought.
I didn't love it, frankly. I didn't love it.
That's not the point of our club here.
Oh, well, we're all friends here. I want to be honest with them always, and I didn't love this movie. I thought it was entertaining.
At the end, when we watched it at the end, you're like, yeah, I liked it, now you've changed your mind.
I didn't dislike it. I just didn't love it. And I find that things like this, I don't like it as much as you would think I would, and it always seems to involve this crew of folks, like the Schitt's Creek.
I love that.
I don't care for it so much. It's not that it's not pleasant enough to watch.
I keep making him watch it.
Right.
Although one day on a Saturday he was at work and I was not, and I plugged through a whole season. But then next time we watched it, I picked it up where I was, and he didn't know that he had missed an entire season.
Right.
Which
it's fine, and I enjoy all of the people in it. Your Eugene Levy, your Catherine O'Hara, your
they're the usual suspects. Yeah. They're in all the Christopher Guest films.
Yeah, I believe I have a memory of A Mighty Wind and enjoying A Mighty Wind.
Okay.
But let's talk about this movie that we watched.
Sure, and then we'll talk about some other ones. I'm trying hard to keep up with the comments. Tiana had never heard of it before. It was... No, see, I told you, you cannot.
I don't know why the comments are happening.
Tiana didn't love it either. She said it's just not her cup of tea. Let's see. Brian is also, it's not one of his favorites. Sandy did not like it. Elizabeth did not like it. Vicky likes it. Yay, Vicky. And Anna likes it. And Karen likes it. All right, so we're evenly divided.
No, it's I like it.
What is it that is it the style?
No, I like the style.
Okay.
That's why.
Do you hate dogs?
No, I don't hate dogs.
What is it?
I feel like there were components to the film that I appreciated, but overall it's not something I ever have to watch again.
Okay.
Ever.
I liked it very much. Yeah. But it's uncomfortable to watch because it's so cringy.
Yes.
That's what Jeremy, back to our friend Jeremy who watched it with us, he said this is cringe humor.
Right.
And it I'm uncomfortable with how
it's like The Office.
Awkward. Yeah, exactly. With how awkward these people are and how sincere they are. And it's because I know people just like them. I know people. Ooh.
The portal took an interest in me.
People that take themselves so seriously, and it feels almost wrong to laugh at them because I know they're fictional characters, but it feels wrong to laugh at these people who are so serious about what they do.
It's the mockumentary style.
Correct.
It was done very well for many seasons on The Office,
correct,
both American and British. And it also felt at times like watching Tiger King. For whatever reason. Maybe it's because these were also animal people.
Yeah, well, the people in Tiger King also do take themselves very seriously.
Right.
And Tiger King could be a mockumentary. I mean, you could show it and say this is actors and this is not real, and people would be like, oh, yeah, I get it.
It had a Tiger King vibe at times.
The Guardian called the characters deluded eccentrics. And I thought that was a good description.
Yes.
And again, it feels wrong to laugh at them because they believe so strongly in their involvement in.
I feel like I'm wearing a hat.
You're distracted.
Pardon me.
It reminded me of pageant culture too.
Right.
Like they reminded me kind of pageant moms. Let's see. Oh, did you know? I'm sure you did. But did you know that there's no script for this? For the Christopher Guest films, it's all improvised.
I did not know that, but it does not surprise me.
They, Eugene Levy and Levy,
I think.
Okay, sorry. I'm Southern and I say everything wrong.
Levy.
Eugene Levy and Christopher Guest co-wrote the film, and they drew out the characters, and then they would give scenarios. They would give you a note card and say, like, in this scene, you're going to talk about having 2 left feet. And then you would go with it.
I like it. Improv.
Tiana thinks that Fred Willard was the funniest part. David predicted which dog would win in each division, which was somewhat easy because the winner of each division was the featured couple that we had been watching. Angie loves the film, and she loves a lot of Christopher Guest, but she does not love Spinal Tap. Ooh, it's a hot take.
I didn't care. I didn't love that either.
Maybe you don't like mockumentaries.
I love a mockumentary.
You love The Office.
You don't like
you just love The Office.
I love The Office.
That's it.
I think maybe I just don't love Christopher Guest.
Well, Christopher Guest, Rob Reiner made Spinal Tap.
But he was in it.
He was in it.
It was the same sort of group of folks. You know who I love is Michael Mckean.
Yeah, I do too. I love him in Clue.
Fan. He's
Mr. Green in Clue.
Yeah, I love him from Short Circuit too.
Sure. Yeah.
He was in that. He's also on Happy Days and Laverne and Shirley.
What other actors do you like in other films from this movie?
What actors in this movie do I like in other movies?
Films. Yeah. You too, friends at home. What other movies from stars? How could I word this any more awkwardly?
I was wondering that myself, but I think you're doing fine.
The stars from this film.
Yes. Consider
them and tell us if you like them in any other films.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, Anna loves Parker Posey. You know who else loves Parker Posey? Is Ken Scruggs. He had to text me about how much he loves Parker Posey this week.
Whoa.
Robert.
In private. Why would you?
Well,
share that
I feel like if you're friends with me or a family member, you just have to accept that you might get broadcast.
Robert Manriquez says
loves American Pie. Thomas also likes American Pie. Not as much. Eugene Levy and Jennifer Coolidge are both in American Pie.
Yes. I'm sure people enjoyed the Jennifer Coolidge in the
Legally Blonde. I like that. Vicky loves Fred Willard in Fernwood Tonight. I love Fred Willard in The Bachelor. Do you know he's featured in The Bachelor?
The Bachelor?
Yeah.
As in the
reality
ABC
television show? Correct.
No, what is Fred Willard's connection
anytime there would be a
Bachelor?
competition on the show, he would serve as the commentator.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea.
Yes.
He's also on Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah. Angie also loves Parker Posey. Okay, well, everyone loves Parker Posey. She's lovable. Except not so much in this movie.
She had a small role in Superman Returns.
Yeah. Let's see. Who else? Jane Lynch. Gotta love Sue Sylvester from Glee. Let's see what else we got.
Catherine O'Hara.
Yeah. Schitt's Creek. Home Alone. Eugene Levy had a great 80s comedy career. Do you remember... Splash? Do you remember Armed and Dangerous?
I do.
Yeah. I love that movie.
It's the SCTV crowd.
Yeah. And Club Paradise. Do you recall Club Paradise?
I do. I have a funny story about Club Paradise.
Go.
So, back in the day, someone recommended a film to my parents called Cinema Paradiso.
Yeah.
Because it's an Italian film.
Wait a minute. I have an idea where this is going.
So, the Avalonis march up to the video store, and we come home
Tell me you didn't rent
Club Paradise. So we pop in Club Paradise.
How long did it take them to realize it wasn't in Italian?
Something's not right. I mean, we enjoy Robin Williams as much as the next person, but why was this film recommended to us as Italian?
This story really tickles me.
Yeah.
At what point did you figure it out?
We watched it for 10 minutes and then turned it off because it was a raunchy comedy.
Right, and you were a kid.
It was inappropriate. I think there may have been some nudity in the first few moments of the film.
I believe you're right. But it is did you watch it later on in life?
Back to the farm where it went.
Did you watch Club Paradise later? It's really funny.
I've never watched it.
Well, you should.
Did you Tom Hanks in that too?
No, it's Robin Williams and some other people. Yeah. Did you end up watching Cinema Paradiso?
You know that I did.
Okay,
I mean, we did, yes, and we saw it at the Fabulous Robinson Film Center.
Yeah, good. Let's see. All right. That's about all the actors I liked from that film. Did I miss anybody? Oh, let's see. Brian liked Fred Willard from Wall-E. Vicky liked Fred Willard on The Bold and the Beautiful. I did not know he was on that show. Okay, great. Let me know if I missed anything. If you have any others, Thomas is going to have some more lemonade. I try to encourage him to be a sipper and not a gulper. So it's a tough. It's a challenge.
I just have a thirst for life.
Okay, so you said that you liked A Mighty Wind. Are there any other Christopher Guest films that you like? Now, A Mighty Wind, do you remember the plot of that one?
No, I just remember the theme.
There
like
were
the song.
folk singers.
Yeah.
That upon the death of a famous folk singer, all of these other folk singers decide to do to come together for a tribute
I liked
concert.
the movie enough to download the soundtrack.
That's funny too.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
something about a rainbow at the end of something.
Yeah. What, love at the end of a rainbow or something like that.
Yeah.
I liked For Your Consideration because it's about film. It's about the Oscar race or the awards race.
Yep. Also, fun fact: Christopher Guest is the six-fingered man
from Princess Bride.
Princess Bride.
Mm-hmm.
The Princess Bride.
Sorry, thank you.
Yeah.
I was correcting myself.
Right.
And also, did you know that he's married to Jamie Lee Curtis?
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
That's so saucy.
Why is it saucy?
I don't know.
It is kind of an odd pairing to think about.
Jamie Lee Curtis?
Yeah.
Of Halloween?
Yes.
And True Lies?
Yep. That's
and
the one.
Other movies?
Daughter of Vivian
Nope.
Janet Lee
and
Tony Curtis. Remember Tony Curtis from Some Like It Hot?
That's her dad.
Full circle. And let's see. He does not like the term mockumentary because he doesn't think he's mocking anyone. He doesn't intend to make fun of or mock any of his characters. It's just an examination of like fringe culture.
I didn't know that. I didn't think that's what mockumentary meant. I think of the word mockumentary as meaning it's like a
parody. Right. But
it's not really a mock.
But he doesn't like the word mock. He doesn't like that mock is in there.
Right.
And did you know that he is a baron? A British baron. You just like to look at yourself, don't you?
No, every now and then the portal takes particular interest in me and it zooms in and I'm just like, what's up? Can I help you?
Ken liked Mascots. I was going to ask if anyone had seen Mascots. It's his newest film it's on Netflix. And it didn't get very good reviews, but it looks good. And it's got a new cast member, like outside of the circle of the regulars. And his name he was in Bridesmaids. He's Irish.
Chris O'Dowd?
That's the one.
Yeah, he was, just saw him last night on ABC in Thor: The Dark World. He was courting Natalie Portman, but she didn't have time for him because Thor.
Right.
Come on.
Yeah. Okay. Who was your favorite character in Best in... Oh, poor Adam. Adam is there's a name for it, I'm sure. We need to look it up. Someone look it up and tell us. But Adam has a phobia of mascots.
Yeah. That's true.
Which is, it's a reasonable fear. It's not natural. All three of my nephews had the same fear at one point. They grew out of it, but it's natural. It makes sense to have a healthy fear of people dressed in costumes.
You don't know who's in there.
Right.
It could be anybody. Be some creep.
We're informing Tiana of Christopher Guest. She's learning all about him. She didn't even know he was a thing.
He is a thing.
Yeah. But Adam, I support you. Don't watch Mascots. It's fine. Who is your favorite character in Best in Show?
I think I found myself most entertained whenever Fred Willard was on stage.
Yep. I put him as on
screen.
I put him as my second. Let's see. David says, did you think the two commentators were coming from different perspectives? Yes, that's who we're talking about, Fred Willard. And I don't know the name of the other guy.
The other guy was the seasoned veteran of these events.
He was taking it very seriously, and poor Fred Willard, which is the same role he has in The Bachelor. That was what he would do when he was commentating on The Bachelor.
It's all new to him. It's like he's watching it all for the first time.
And he does like to mock, where Christopher Guest does not. Fred Willard is the outlet in which all the mocking happens.
Right.
Angie has the name for fear of
mascots.
Masculophobia.
Is that just a fear of people in masks?
No, it's a fear of mascots
Yeah.
or costumed people. Let's see. Elizabeth liked the owner of the Bloodhound, who was Christopher Guest. He played that. Harlan Pepper was his name. Yes, his knowledge of all of the nuts was impressive. Yes, the pine nut. It's kind of like Bubba and Forrest Gump and all of the different shrimps.
Many shrimps.
Tiana says, I like the moments when the guys would recognize Home Alone mom as their past hookup. Poor Eugene, LOL. Yeah, agreed. Catherine O'Hara, she got around.
Well, the character she was playing.
Right. Yeah, thanks for reminding us, since we're grounded in the fictional world here. My favorite was Scott, played by John Michael Higgins. He was half of the Scott-Stefan duo, and I liked him because he kind of had sized everyone up and kind of cut to the meat of the matter when he was talking about each of the different characters, and I loved his Matador costume at the end. He really brought some style and pizzazz to this competition. Okay, if you were in this movie, if you had to pick, I am having trouble with words today, but I'm just going to keep going. What character do you most see yourself in? Which character is most like you?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I didn't give that one moment of thought.
If you had to pick.
I don't know. You go.
I can pick who yours is.
I don't know.
Okay.
That's risky. I don't know.
I feel like I do have a lot in common with Scott, the guy I was just talking about, but I can't pick Scott because I'm not near as fashionable as he is. I would never have the confidence to wear a Matador outfit on a stage, so I can't pick Scott. I'm going to go with Cookie minus the romantic history. There's lots I like about Cookie, aside from the fact that she has a sordid romantic past. I like that she's focused on doing her job well, and she loves her dog and she loves her husband. Yeah. Let's see.
I mean, I can't think of one of those characters that I would want to compare myself to.
You want to know who I think you're most like?
Sure.
Fred Willard. You would be the guy making fun of everything.
But I don't know that he was making fun. I think he was not
cracking
bright.
some jokes, though.
Okay.
Yeah, at others' expenses.
Okay, I'll take it.
Who was Jerry Fleck? Which one was Jerry Fleck?
I don't know.
Remind us.
We don't know the name of the character from the movie we just watched. Was that last night or night before?
2 nights ago.
2 nights ago. Who knows?
All right.
Who remembers?
The lady that doesn't like wearing a heavy makeup. Yes. Sue Sylvester, Jane Lynch. Yeah, that was hilarious as well. Hi, Deborah. Yeah, they were really funny. And I like Jennifer Coolidge at the beginning talking about her and her husband and how much they have in common. They can just sit and talk. They both love soup.
Or not talk.
They both love to not talk, so they can just sit there and not talk all day. Are you looking up who that was?
No.
Well, maybe just don't be on. Oh, the Eugene Levy guy.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that was Fleck. Yeah.
Okay.
He was charming. I do love him. I love him in pretty much everything. You love looking at yourself on this portal, buddy.
I get distracted by my visage.
I know. If you were a judge, which dog would you have chosen to win?
Oh gosh. This is unpopular. I feel like I might get some letters, but I'll say it.
Go ahead.
I don't care for a frou-frou dog. I
didn't ask which dogs you disliked.
But they were all
I asked which dog you liked.
The one that I liked the most was, I think there was a bulldog or a bloodhound.
The bloodhound. It was Christopher Guest's dog.
I'm going to go with the bloodhound.
That was a fine dog.
I don't like a dog with a hairdo.
So I'm going to go the other way, and I would have chosen the Shih Tzu to win.
What? Meghan?
One.
Family.
Because.
Live stream.
Yeah. One, because we used to have one. Her name was Maddie. And 2.
They're all mean.
Well, they are mean. And Maddie was a mean dog, definitely. But this dog was so well groomed, and when she would run around the ring, her hair would blow in the wind, and it was so majestic and beautiful. So I would have picked the Shih Tzu. Did you know that Shih Tzus were bred by Tibetan monks as attack dogs?
That makes sense.
And so what they would do is, because they would be traveling, along the remote mountain roads by themselves, and they were prime targets for robbers to get robbed and mugged and maybe killed. And so the Tibetan monks, they had these big monk robes with the long arms, and so they would walk around, and the Shih Tzu would be hidden in the arms of the monk robe. And so when they would be attacked, and the Shih Tzu would attack,
right?
Because they're little and they're easily hidden, but they're vicious.
Yeah.
And so when Maddie, our Shih Tzu growing up, would be mean, Michael, my brother, would just follow her around and say, "No, Maddie, I'm your monk. I'm your monk. You protect me and be mean to others." So Anyway, that's a little backstory on Shih Tzus.
They just kept them up their sleeves.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So Anna liked the terrier, the one that actually won. Ken likes the Weimaraner because he likes Parker Posey. And Ken agrees that my dog Maddie was mean. I can't decide. They're all cute and they're all mine now. Yes, Inner Palace dogs. Thank you, Janice. Janice is right with me on my Shih Tzu history. Maybe we should get a Shih Tzu. That brings me to my next question. What kind of dog are we going to get once we are married? What kind of dog should we get once we are married? Let's see. Let's see what people say. I'll take a Shih Tzu. I believe you like a yellow lab. Is that true?
I like labs in general.
Yeah. We have also been a lab family. I definitely would like a rescue dog. I follow the Humane Society, and at least once a week I send pictures to Thomas and say, "This could be ours. This could be the one." And he gives me a look, much like he's looking right now. Okay, let's see. Anna says a corgi. Deborah says a bulldog. I'm very partial to a bulldog, Deborah. Very, very partial. German Shepherd. I'm not going to have a cat, Brian. We're not a cat family. We're a dog family. Any lovable mix? Yes, Vicky. Tiana says a boxer. My roommate in college had a boxer named Tucker. He had a hard time with potty training. So that's what I think about boxers. Angie says a cat. Again, we're not going to get a cat, so you can stop with the cat suggestions.
It's funny that we're talking pets because I have a funny
Anna says a dachshund. Anna loves a dachshund.
So today at my shop, a customer with a dog allowed that dog to take a poop. Okay. Right at my front door.
You just said the word poop on Facebook Live.
On this live stream. The dog took a poop at the front door, and they walked away from it. Made no attempt to bring it to anyone's attention. Did you clean it up? I had to clean it up, and
that's good training for the dog that we're going to get.
It wasn't good training because almost vomiting in my mouth did not help endear myself to that.
Hey everyone,
of getting a dog.
Hit the like or love button if you think that we should get a dog once we are married in a mere 52 days. Go.
Or hit the like or share button if you like my poop story.
No one likes the poop story, but everyone wants us to get a dog. Watch, the likes are about to come rolling, and there they are. We're getting a dog. That settles it.
Oh man, that's all you got to do to get likes and loves is talk dogs.
Yep, we're getting a dog. It's gonna be great. Okay.
No, I enjoy dogs.
That concludes our first segment, which we forgot to announce. Do you remember what our first segment was called?
I think it was Cruising with Thomas and Meghan.
It was called TMI.
TMI
stands for
Too Much Information.
Thomas and Meghan's Insight. Remember?
Right. Did I have a theme song for that? TMI.
That's good. Now, our next segment is called... It's right there. You can read it for us.
Did we have this segment last week?
Yeah, we did.
I said this?
Yeah.
Okay, for the sake of consistency, I will say Johnny 5 alive.
I don't know that you said it exactly that way. But yes, so it's now time for our top 5 segment, where we both share our list. We've come up with our top 5 movies of a certain category. We have not compared them yet, and we're going to do that now with you and see if we have any overlap. And you can also contribute your suggestions as well. Okay, so our category today is the top 5 movies with animals. Do not look at my list. That is rude. Where is your list?
It's on my phone.
You want to get it out so we can do this segment together? Do you happen to have any honorable mentions?
I have one honorable mention because that's how that works.
Well, I didn't say that you could, but I thought you might have just taken it upon yourself to do it.
Yes.
So, I will go ahead. Tell us your honorable mention.
My honorable mention is Look Who's Talking Now.
Oh. Why did it not make the top 5?
I mean, it's the weakest of the Look Who's Talking trilogy.
It's the only one with the dog.
That's true, but
So
it's the weakest entry.
Okay. All right. My honorable mentions are... Oh, sorry, I shook the table. My honorable mentions are animal documentaries. I didn't put any documentaries on my top 5, but I just wanted to throw some out there. Grizzly Man, Insane, Werner Herzog film. Grizzly Man is about a man that lives with grizzly bears, and he shouldn't. Spoiler alert. Gates of Heaven is an Errol Morris film about people who have funerals for their pets. Like a pet funeral home, in fact. Biggest Little Farm, we just showed this past year. It's about farm life. Great. Blackfish. So check out those documentaries. So animal documentaries are my honorable mention. Oh, good. Okay. We're freezing for Brian, but not for everyone else. So, good.
So, good
Brian,
for everyone. Sucks for Brian.
Yes. Okay.
Sorry, Brian.
So, what is your number 5?
Oh, number 5.
We had a vote for my dog Skip from Vicky. We'll see if it ends up on either
My
of
number
our...
5 is a little film called Frankenweenie.
Oh, yeah. Tell us why you like it.
Tim Burton.
Yeah. Animated.
No. It was his very first film. It was a short.
He made it again.
And he made it again.
Yeah, I know. Yes, I'm familiar.
So I'm going old school.
So tell us more about it.
It's about a young man whose dog passes, and he reanimates them.
Right.
Frankenstein style.
Yeah. How does that go for him?
It didn't work out, to my knowledge.
Now the remake is
probably happier.
The remake is an animated film, and it is intended for children. Would you say the first one is a comedy or child friendly?
It's kind of a dark comedy. I don't know that.
Well, all of Tim Burton films are pretty dark.
Right. This one, it's black and white, and it's. I don't know that I would show it to children.
Okay, Tiana's got a question. Point of order for Johnny Five Alive. The two of us. I've created a category, and I've shared it with Thomas.
Yeah.
And we are just choosing our favorite films, our top 5 films in this category. So the category is movies with animals. And we can each determine what that means to us.
Right. Meghan said, pick your top 5 films involving animals.
Yeah. And I said, you can interpret that however you want. So anyway, his number 5 was Frankenweenie, the original. And mine, number 5, is Beast of the Southern Wild. Have you seen it? You haven't seen it? Mm-hmm. 2012, directed by a guy named Ben Zeitlin. Stars a little girl. She's older now, but she was a little girl when she was in it. Her name's Quavanchene Wallace. She was nominated for an Oscar for this film, and she was 9 years old.
I remember.
So how old would she be now? 2012, she was 9. So now she is...
9 plus 8 is 7.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
She's practically a grown woman.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Time's funny, like sand through the hourglass.
Time's flying.
You don't get those years back.
It's set in Louisiana. It's set outside of New Orleans, in fact. It is kind of a Katrina fable. It's a fantasy. It's beautiful. Wallace is just spectacular. I love her. She's one of my favorite characters of all time. It's a very magical movie. And the animals, I don't want to tell you what the animals are, but they're the title beasts in the film. But they're a major plot point, and I don't want to ruin it for you. So if you haven't seen Beast of the Southern Wild yet, go see it. Let's see. I have some other suggestions. We have Charlotte's Web, Old Yeller, Kansas Shrek, surprise, and Deborah likes Babe. Okay, those might make an appearance on our lists.
Shrek, I'm gonna. The judges animated CG animated That I thought we were strictly live action.
What did I tell you? I said you can make the own rules for your list.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you're fine, Ken.
Okay. What's
There's
your number
a donkey
4?
in that.
Stuart Little. Elizabeth says Stuart Little. Go. What's your number 4?
My number 4, King Kong.
I'm going to tell you that it's my number 3.
What?
Well, which version?
The original.
1933. Okay, good.
But I also enjoy Peter Jackson's King Kong.
All right. I also chose the 1933 version for my number 3, so we can go ahead and talk about it together. Why did you choose King Kong?
I think it was it's innovative.
Yes.
It's groundbreaking from a visual effects standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
It's a timeless tale of a beast meeting woman and climbing up a building with her.
How many of you have seen the 1933 King Kong? Give us a little like-a-rooney. Also, I said that it's the ultimate monster movie. I mean, some might argue.
Yeah.
There's others out there.
Remember he
Godzilla.
reaches in, he grabs her, and climbs up that building.
Yeah. And the famous line, "Oh no, it wasn't the airplanes.
It was
beauty killed the beast."
Yeah.
And it also made you care about the monster. You sympathize with King Kong, which is not the first time that's happened. I mean, you sympathize with Frankenstein too. But it makes a much more compelling monster film when you care about the monster just as much as you care about
original King Kong. King Kong Lives from the late 70s.
Sure,
it was okay. Peter Jackson's King Kong, and we just got a King Kong movie a few years ago with the Tom Hiddleston, and Brie Larson, and Samuel L. Jackson.
I'm going to stick just to the original now.
I'm just kind of recounting all of my thoughts about when I think Kong. Those are the things that I think.
Elizabeth and Tiana both like Princess and the Frog with Princess Tiana. I almost picked it, guys. I almost picked it. And specifically for Tiana, and because I love it, and because it's set in Louisiana. But it didn't make my list. Okay, my number 4 is An American Tail. I had to limit myself. I chose 2 animated films because there's so many great animated films with animals, but I wanted to just... I'm going to cry. It's so beautiful. No, you don't know the words. I will tell you that Thomas is really, really bad with lyrics.
No, I'm great.
Real bad with lyrics.
And pitch and tone.
Real bad with lyrics.
I'm a professional singer.
Anyhow, yes, it's got some great music. It's got there are no cats in America.
Tiana hurt my feelings.
There are no cats in America, and somewhere out there, Feifel Mouskowitz. Gosh, I love you've really hurt Thomas's feelings, Tiana.
I'm back.
Okay. It's a great story. This little mouse is separated from his family as they immigrate from Russia to America, and he has to find his way back to his parents. And I love Feifel so much. Oof. As a kid, Tiana always cried when that happened. All Dogs Go to Heaven is a good one too. There's so many great animated animal films, and I narrowed mine down to 2. But I could have done all animated, but I didn't feel like that went with the theme of the show. So my number 3 was King Kong. We already did that. But you tell me your number 3.
My number 3 is Planet of the Apes.
Ooh, good choice.
And honestly, I don't know if I mean the original or the first.
I feel like you mean the original, probably.
Well, the new trilogy that came out was very strong. They're all good movies. But yes, I'll go with the original.
Okay, tell us why you liked it.
I enjoyed Charlton Heston.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed the tale of...
It's a great twist. It's a great twist film.
It's a great twist, but
I'm not going to tell anyone. But it's
alert for people that
haven't
seen it.
Well, I'm just saying there is a twist.
Yeah, great, iconic dialogue,
imagery.
Mm-hmm. I mean, so many things. If you like Charlton Heston in a loincloth, you're gonna love this movie.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Tiana's saying animated is the way to go. Just gotta stick with animated. But Deborah definitely loves your Planet of the Apes pick.
Yeah.
Okay, so I already did my number 3. So now you're gonna move to your number 2. My number 3 was King Kong. Your number 2.
My number 2 is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 1990.
Well, listen, you said we couldn't do animated, but those are not.
Those are puppets.
I understand.
Those are practical costumes.
Well, which Adam's not going to like. But it just seems interesting to me that you were so insistent on like live action with real animals, and now you have.
But this is a live action film, and there are live turtles. Okay. There's a scene with the little baby turtles. They are crawling around in the toxic ooze with Splinter.
Who's a rat, right?
And they're a rat, and they're crawling around, and guess what happens? They grow.
Now, who's the villain in that one? Is it Shredder?
The Shredder.
And is Shredder an animal?
The Shredder is not an animal. He's a human man.
I'm just trying to remember it all.
He's a Japanese man.
I have like clouds of it floating around in my brain, but I couldn't make it all form.
Ninja Turtles was huge in my book in that time.
Yeah.
I mean,
90s. My brother really loved it, and I was around him a lot. So
right, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 1990. Check it out. If you have children that haven't watched it or young people around you.
We showed it at the Robinson.
Show it to them. Great.
Deborah says Water for Elephants, Milo and Otis, Homeward Bound. Yeah, those are good. Jaws. All right, good picks.
Oh, my goodness. Jaws. Why?
Did you not think of Jaws?
I didn't even think of Jaws for some reason.
Maybe you should have spent more time thinking about it.
I was very thorough.
All right, my number 2 is The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. That's my second animated film on the list. I was looking at all of these animated films, which so many of you have listed, like Lady and the Tramp. I really love the Aristocats, 101 Dalmatians, The Rescuers, like so many great animal animated films from my childhood. But the cast of characters from the Winnie the Pooh is what really just like stays with me. I can like quote a lot from that movie, and I always say when there's clouds out, I say tut tut, looks like rain, because that's when Winnie the Pooh disguises himself as a rain cloud because he's trying to fool the bees because he wants the honey. TTFN, my dad and I say that to each other all the time. What does TTFN stand for? Ta-ta for now. TTFN, ta-ta for now. And
see you later.
Oh bother. He always says, oh bother. So anyway, all of his friends in the 100 Acre Wood I feel like are my friends too. Let's see. Seabiscuit is another choice. Good. I hope that you also love Winnie the Pooh. I need some love for Winnie the Pooh there.
Tiana's favorite Ninja Turtle was Michelangelo. Who was your favorite Ninja Turtle? We should have asked that when we were on Ninja Turtles, but if you want to still chime in with Ninja Turtles.
I do like Michelangelo. He was the orange one, right?
He was the orange one. Raphael was my turtle that I most closely.
Which one was he, the purple one?
He was cool but crude. And I feel like that's me to a T. Right. I wasn't a party dude or... I feel like I could be a leader with Leonardo, but at that time I wasn't leading anyone. I was just a kid watching Ninja Turtles. And I liked Raphael because he was cool but crude. He had Sai. He had his two...
Oh, right. They all had different
weapons. Right. And
I'm ready to move on from
was the science dude, and I wasn't really...
I don't find this as compelling as
they love it. They're talking about it. Fine. Ken had a great suggestion.
Ace Ventura. Fox and the Hound. Love Fox and the Hound. Betty loves the Paddington movies, which are very, very cute and very funny. I discovered them because my nephews like them.
It's a bear in a trench coat. It's adorable.
It's a peacoat.
What?
A peacoat?
Oh, it's like a raincoat.
Yeah, it's a peacoat. It's not a rain. It's a peacoat.
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 Is it made of like the
it's
bird
just what
with
it's
the
called.
plumage?
No.
It's not a peacock.
It's called a peacoat.
Peacoat.
Okay. Tiana, after this, you and Tiana set up a Zoom conference to where you can talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
Okay. What is your number 1 movie?
I mean, I still feel good about my number 1, and it's in the same vein as Jaws, even though Jaws would have been a contender for this. But I went with a little film you might know called Jurassic Park.
I almost picked Jurassic Park on my list, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Go.
They engineered dinosaurs and put them in a park.
Was that a good
idea?
And
things didn't work out.
No.
And then in another movie, they tried it again.
And Jeff Goldblum's in it.
And it also didn't work out.
Right. And then they continued to make...
And then there was another movie where they were like, the park idea isn't working out, but let's paraglide around the island.
Right.
And that didn't work out.
No.
Then much later, Chris Pratt.
Right.
And
Jessica. No, Bryce Howard.
They were like, we need
Bryce
to try
Dallas
this
Howard,
again
yeah.
and do more dinosaurs in a theme park.
And the recurring theme is it doesn't work out.
Doesn't work out.
I also love the Jurassic Park movies. The one I don't like is the one with Vince Vaughn in it, right? That's the one I didn't like.
You didn't care for The Lost World, which is that's peculiar. I mean, that was directed by Mr. Steven Spielberg also. So you preferred Jurassic Park 3 to Jurassic Park 2?
Well, remind me what happens.
In which one?
In any of them.
Okay, in Jurassic Park 2, they were trying to save the dinosaurs.
I hated that one.
And okay, you did not care for that.
No, but what happens in the third one?
In the third one, they recruit Alan Grant. Remember, there was the guy. They recruit him to go rescue a child from the island.
Yeah, that one I liked.
That one was fine.
And then I like the Chris Pratt ones too. Yeah. I mean, I love the first one the best.
Yeah, I didn't care for Jurassic World the second, but anyway, you can't beat Jurassic World.
Sorry, I don't know. I don't know the name.
The second Jurassic World. So you had Jurassic Park,
right?
The Lost World Jurassic Park.
I did like the last one that just
Jurassic
came out,
Park 3.
which was not well reviewed, but I thought it was really good.
Right, that was the one I didn't care for.
Okay.
Then you had Jurassic World. Then you had Jurassic World, The Fallen Kingdom.
I think we can move on from Jurassic World.
I get so excited
but thank
about
you for
the
this.
films that I enjoy. And I want to talk about it, which is that's why this is great for me. It's perfect for me,
I know.
This live stream.
All right, you want to know what my number one is?
I guess.
Okay, thanks. My number one is The Wizard of Oz. And what? Did I say that about your pick?
But animals? Because of the lion.
Well, there's so many animals.
The flying
Thomas.
monkeys.
Yeah. What else?
The lion, the flying monkeys.
Toto.
I take it back.
Yeah, so many dogs. And here's why I chose it for number one. It's a classic. It's beloved. There's so many animals in it, and the animals are played by different species. Like some animals are actually played by animals, and some animals are played by humans.
Right.
So I gave it bonus points for that. We have some costumed animals and some actual animals, and then some kind of special effects animals.
I just like movies where animals are wearing human clothes. It's
hilarious. That's cute too.
Like if you put a dog in a bow tie or like a
Yeah. You want me to tell you something?
What?
When we get a dog, we can dress it in human clothes.
Nah.
Yep. The Birds is another fantastic pick. In fact, I kind of wish I had put it on my list. Where were you earlier today when I was working on this?
I love The Birds.
Yeah.
You remember that time, like Sandra Bullock, they were in that boat and she was wearing the
Thomas,
blindfold.
that's not that movie.
What was that movie?
Bird Box.
The Bird's Box. The Box of Birds. You remember that movie?
I can't help but notice you drank all of the lemonade out of the lemonade pitcher.
I was quite parched. It's been a long day.
We're going to move. So that concludes our Johnny Five Alive segment.
Turner and Hooch. Oh my God.
Yeah, almost did Turner and Hooch.
Splash.
I almost did Splash. I had a long list. I had to narrow it down.
She's a mermaid.
Right.
It's not a fish.
Yeah, but she's part fish.
Right. Aquaman. I almost said Aquaman.
Okay, can you close out our segment with your musical logo? This segment was called Johnny Five Alive.
Oh, my goodness. Johnny Five Alive.
Janice likes my Wizard of Oz choice. All right, so our next segment is Fight Club. Just do it calmly. Okay, good. So today for Fight Club, we are pairing two fictional characters together and saying who would win in a fight. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be a physical fight. This can be a match of wits, a battle of wits. It's just if these two characters had beef with each other, which one would come out victorious? So,
I want no beef.
Today's contenders are Cookie Fleck, which is Catherine O'Hara from Best in Show. Remember Cookie? Versus Kate McAllister from Home Alone, also played by Catherine O'Hara.
Right. Fight Club is typically it's two characters played by the same
Well,
actress.
it doesn't
pitted
have to
against
be.
one another. It doesn't have to be, but that seems to be what we're doing.
Well, just twice now.
Right.
All right, so let's go. What are Cookie's strengths?
I feel like she's probably a dirty fighter.
Cookie?
Yeah, I think she would bite if she needed to. A lot of groin punching.
Speaking of animals, I hear one.
Yeah,
right behind.
I feel like you get in a fight with her, you're gonna get cut.
Okay. Well, I think some of her strengths are, she's clearly very popular.
Oh.
All of the men's like her.
They do. They're drawn to her.
Yeah. She remains dedicated and focused and loyal to her husband and her dog.
She seems to.
And to the task at hand.
But she enjoyed the attention, I think.
Sure. Of course.
And
that was her former life. She lived
Levy's
a life.
Chagrin. He was chagrined.
Also, speaking of Eugene Levy / Levy, I feel like he's an asset to her. Like, right. He's got her back. So.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah. Even though he has 2 left feet, he is gonna do whatever it takes to help her, as he does in this film Best in Show.
Miss McAllister.
But wait, what do you think? What do you think Cookie's weakness?
I mean, I didn't get the feeling she was particularly bright. You have a much higher opinion of her than I think. I don't think she was necessarily the dumb character, but I don't know that she was super.
I'm going to say that her weakness is physical, because she tripped and knocked her out of the competition.
Right. Oh my goodness, that was quite a limp.
She just tripped, and then all of a sudden she's out.
Right.
So she's not very physically strong. Let's see. Tiana thinks Cookie would be feisty.
Yeah,
but
feisty.
She went down pretty quickly, just tripping over. But Robert says she knows people to help her out.
Right,
She's got a whole team of men that would fight for her.
Right, but what do we really know about Miss McAllister from Home Alone outside of the fact that she's very forgetful?
Well, Anna says that the only way that they would fight is if Cookie got in the way of Kate getting home to Kevin, which is a very good point. I think Kate's strengths are she's a very devoted mother. She's very determined. She's not going to let anything get in the way of her getting home to see Kevin. She will do anything to accomplish her goal. She's very creative problem solver. And also she can get mad and she can get loud. We've seen that. And so if you're like face to face, I don't see Cookie getting like verbally upset, but Kate would really let her have it. And she manages a large family, so she's used to multitasking. Now, her downside is she's quite forgetful.
She forgets her kids.
She's quite forgetful. If you've lost your son twice on 2 different family vacations, that is not a good thing.
Right. Well, I mean, they took extra care in the second movie to make sure that Kevin was in the car. To be fair.
Yeah, but then they forgot to check on the plane.
Then they didn't check on the plane.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Anna thinks that they would realize they have a lot in common and just become friends.
Maybe they wouldn't fight at all.
It's not the point of Fight Club, Anna.
If they were to fight, maybe Cookie would have the edge because Kate would forget mid-fight that they were fighting. Oh, well, I feel like I'm forgetting something. And
my verdict,
just wander off.
My verdict on this Fight Club is Kate McAllister wins easy.
But Kate McAllister also has that good-looking winter coat, and you don't know what she's got under there.
You're right.
Weapons.
Could be
knives,
weapons.
Explosives.
But I think
open up and then come on, Cookie.
Right.
I want to think of it more of a physical altercation.
Well, even on the physical altercation, I think Kate wins because we saw Cookie go down with the just.
So you feel like she's not coordinated enough.
Kate's the winner. That's what I'm saying.
Could Kate call upon her large family to help her? Because if so, Kate all day long.
Yeah.
Get Fuller in there, Kevin.
Oh, and Buzz.
And Buzz.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
but then Cookie's got the army of all of her suitors. All of her men.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. She could call upon them.
I still think Kate. I just think she's very tenacious. She's determined. She's not going to lose.
Is there any other overlap character-wise in this movie between Home Alone and this? The only other SCTV type I can remember from Home Alone was John Candy, but sadly he's not in this film.
No. All right. So, do you agree Kate wins, or do you think Cookie? Does anyone think Cookie wins?
If you think Cookie wins, do a thumbs up.
You're overusing it. You're overusing the thumbs up.
McAllister wins, do the love. Love or thumbs. Love versus thumbs.
You're going to not be able to be in charge of things anymore.
Oh, no.
Okay, that concludes Fight Club. You want to close us out of Fight Club? Okay. Now is Trivia Timeout.
Okay.
You don't sound excited about Trivia Timeout.
I don't. Oh, that was the one where I needed a whistle. I said next week I'm gonna have a whistle.
Well,
Timeout.
Do you want to lead this? We are this week's Trivia Timeout, which I'm gonna hold the phone very closely so I can figure out who's winning. Is about mockumentaries. So Thomas is going to give you some, tell you about different mockumentaries that are not directed by Christopher Guest. So these are all non-Christopher Guest mockumentaries. And the first person to say that they know the answer.
Well, the first person whose right answer appears on Megan's phone. So the first right answer she sees on her phone wins the prize.
Okay, thank you for that clarification.
Because there's discussion every week about it.
All right, ready?
Yes.
Don't read the answer.
Of course not.
Remember how you got in trouble last week?
I know how trivia works. Okay, this movie came out in 1999.
Wait, yeah, no, you're good. Keep going.
Yeah.
Sorry. You're doing it right.
It starred the likes of Kirsten Dunst, Denise Richards, Ellen Barkin, Allison Janney.
Love Allison Janney.
Kirstie Alley, Brittany Murphy, and Amy Adams.
Okay, any guesses? There's the description of the movie.
A small town beauty pageant turns deadly as it becomes clear that someone will go to any lengths to win.
Why are you reading in that voice?
Because it's a small town beauty pageant. And it
deadly. Anna wins. Anna Bro wins with Drop Dead Gorgeous.
Drop Dead Gorgeous.
Maybe you don't need to do the voice.
I do a very good voice.
Okay,
because I'm from Louisiana. Number two. This movie came out in 2010.
This is a good one.
It stars...
by good, I mean...
Mr. Joaquin Phoenix. It's typo there. Phoenix.
Sorry. I think Phoenix is a hard word to spell, Phoenix. Personally.
Yeah, you almost got it. It was directed by Casey Affleck.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He is the owner of the insurance company.
No,
Affleck.
He's not.
I believe that he is.
Can you read the description of the film?
This film documents Joaquin Phoenix's transition from the acting world to a career as an aspiring rapper.
All right, Robert wins with the answer, I'm still here.
I'm still here.
Do you remember this when this film came out?
I remember he went on David Letterman and was weird.
Yeah, because he was in character. Everyone thought this was really real. And it wasn't. It was a fake out. It was a joke, a hoax. But they went to a lot of lengths to make us believe that it was real. And Joaquin Phoenix on David Letterman, if you haven't seen it ever, or if you haven't seen it in a while, do yourself a favor and go look that up on YouTube. It's the most awkward thing you'll ever see in your life.
Okay,
next.
Number 3. This movie was released in 2006.
Can you just keep going?
Yep.
Okay.
Starring Sacha Baron Cohen, a Kazakh TV talking head is dispatched to the United States to report on the greatest country in the world. With a documentary crew in tow, he becomes more interested in locating and marrying Pamela Anderson.
All right.
He wanted to
Ooh, Robert was close. And Tiana's close. I think Tiana's is just a typo.
Tiana's the winner. Tiana's the winner.
Yeah, we'll call it. We'll call it Tiana. Yeah, Borat is that. Bruno is also a film starring Sacha Baron Cohen, Robert, but very close, but not the right one. So Tiana wins with Borat.
Borat. He wanted to make her his wife.
Mm-hmm. Good.
So good. That was solid.
You and the voices. Okay, next up. This one might be harder.
1992. Written and directed and starring.
Hey.
Yep. Oh, more enthusiasm.
Just be your regular self.
Written and directed and starring Tim Robbins.
You know Tim Robbins?
Yeah.
He used to go steady with Susan Sarandon.
They're not together anymore?
No.
Oh my.
Do you want me to do this?
Alan Rickman is also in it. Mr. Alan Rickman. Die Hard and the Harry Potter films. A conservative folk singer turns his hand to politics, running for the U.S. Senate. He is not above dirty tricks and smear campaigns to gain an advantage over his opponent. He is not that guy.
Okay, Ken guessed Hudsucker Proxy. That's not correct. This one we might stump you, unless you Google it.
1992. Written, directed by, and starring Tim Robbins. Also starring Alan Rickman.
Robert got it.
Robert is the winner.
Bob Roberts.
Bob Roberts is the correct answer.
So does that mean his name is Robert Roberts?
His name is Robert Roberts.
All right.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the film, but I should.
have not.
All right, we got one more to go, right?
Number 5. A TV series that ran from 2005 to 2013 in the U.S. and 2001 to 2003 in the UK.
Keep going.
Created by Ricky Gervais. The U.S. version starred Steve Carell, John Krasinski, Jenna Fisher, Rainn Wilson, Angela Kinsey, B.J. Novak, Mindy Kaling, Ed Helms, Craig Robinson.
Robert wins again with this one.
Robert
got it with The Office. Robert, man, he didn't. I think Robert won 3 out of 5 this week.
Robert is on fire.
Way to go, Robert.
Way to go, Robert Manriquez. And it's a mockumentary on a group of typical office workers where the workday consists of ego clashes, inappropriate behavior, and tedium.
I have still never seen it.
Oh.
I know I got chastised last week for saying that, but nothing has changed in the past week.
It's not for everyone, I guess.
Well, I would probably like it. I've just never watched it.
Right. It's so good. It's good. Great.
I know. I will someday when I'm retired. I'll watch it and have more time in my life. All right. Our final segment is Clue, in which we announce our next movie. Do you want to do this one too? On this one, you wait a long time between each one.
Okay.
So let them guess.
Okay.
Tiana just watched The Office recently.
Clue.
I would love it. Thank you, Anna. I know I would. I will give it a try. Skip season 1. Okay, that's helpful. I gotta finish Schitt's Creek first, though.
Meghan.
I know. I'm sorry. It's the name. It's not. It's just the name of a town.
Come on.
All right. So anyway, we're moving into segment 5. Give them their first clue and see if they can guess it.
Clue number 1. It's an 80s comedy.
All right, guys, we're going back to the 80s. It's an 80s comedy. Give us your guesses. Go. By the way, speaking of Jeopardy, because that's the song I was just singing, I heard that Jane Lynch might be the new host of Jeopardy at some point.
I can see that, perhaps.
Ken guesses meatballs. Is it meatballs?
To my knowledge, it is not meatballs.
It is not meatballs. Although I did make turkey meatballs this week, and they were delicious, weren't they?
They were. They were tasty.
All right, it's not meatballs. Let's give them clue number 2.
Clue number 2, it was made into a Broadway musical.
Tiana guesses Revenge of the Nerds, Airplane. These are great guesses. These are funny films. Anna, this is her second week to request clue.
It's an 80s comedy. It was made into a Broadway musical.
An 80s comedy that was made into a musical.
Number 3.
Wait, no one's... Just give them another second.
Clue number 3.
They're not ready for number 3 yet.
That's on the paper in front of me, but I will not share just yet because it is not time.
Okay.
It's not appropriate.
Go ahead for number 3.
It is now the appropriate time
for
clue number 3. It features a star from Best in Show.
Guess what? We have a winner. Well, it's not really a winner because this isn't really a contest. But both Elizabeth Smith and Joanne Marshall and Joe McCulloch guessed correctly.
Beetlejuice.
Don't say it 3 times. Our movie for next week is Beetlejuice. That's 2. Don't say it again. It stars Michael Keaton in one of his finest roles. Yes. And Catherine O'Hara is also in the film.
That's right. She is in that film.
And the principal from Ferris Bueller's Day Off is also in the film. So we're bringing all of the stars back for Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice. That was the film that brought Mr. Michael Keaton and Tim Burton together. And they would work together on a little film the next year called Batman.
Yeah.
Or 2 years. I think Beetlejuice was 1987 or 88.
No, it's 88. Beetlejuice is 88.
All right,
right, guys. So this is going to be fun. So watch Beetlejuice this week, and we'll be back next Thursday to talk about Beetlejuice. Thanks for being here, guys.
The host with the most, kind of like us.
Yeah, Beetlejuice is. Maybe we'll have him here. Call Michael Keaton, see if he can make it.
I will call him.
Okay. All right, guys. Have a wonderful week, a wonderful weekend, a wonderful day, a wonderful night. We're going to go on a walk now. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
I
prefer to eat food.
I've got to beat Whitney Gates at our workout competition.
Oh.
I don't think she's in here, so I can say that. But I got to go. We got some points to make up. So we're going to go walk around the neighborhood. If you see us, give us a wave. And we'll see you next week. Bye. Hit the little end button for me. Thank you.